And this presentation has the topic Market-Ready Fuel Cells for Material Handling. And your presenter is from the Business Development HyPulsion from Air Liquide, Mr. Michael Nindel. Give him a big hand, please.
Schönen guten Tag. Ich habe mich auf Deutsch vorbereitet, in English, Präferenz für English. Would you like to have something in English? So, unfortunately, the presentation is in German now, so I was asked to do it in German. Try to do it in English now. Sorry. So, thanks for welcoming. So I have the pleasure to present you a product we have already existing in the market. My name is Michael Nindel from the company HyPulsion, which is a joint venture between Air Liquide and Plug Power. And I'd like to show you, see how it works. Oh, it works well. I'd like to show it first, red line through the presentation, some sentences to the companies, something related to the concept of the product, something to the product itself, and what are our target customers, the results we currently reach today, and what we can do for the hydrogen infrastructure behind the product we see later on. First, HyPulsion, joint venture between Plug Power and Air Liquide, based in Sassenage, close to Grenoble in France, is a company which tries to present our product in the European market. This product is already working since years in US, and the standard structure of a company with a managing director, Luc van der Waal, and Ron Brouwer is product and marketing director, sales director, Paul Dupre, and all the operational stuff behind. And we have also a European team for production and engineering of our product. One part of the joint venture is Plug Power. Plug Power, based in New York, US, working since '97 for development of fuel cells, aggregates with fuel cells, and has currently more than 5,000 aggregates in the field, working at customer sites. Since 2007, this technology is on the way to be implemented. They hold more than 150 patents on developments, and we have Air Liquide, which is a gas company existing since more than 100 years, with sales of more than 15 billion euro in more than 80 countries in the world and over 50,000 employees. Air Liquide is getting a lot of sales with applications which serve environment and life, and has a big part of its research and development budget linked to these activities. One back, please. Merci. What is the product? The product is an aggregate which includes a fuel cell, compact system, and at the end an alternative solution to a lead-acid battery. And we focus on material handling applications. The product includes, in addition to the stack, the fuel cell lithium-ion battery. This lithium-ion battery, we'll see in the next slides, is able to cover the different requirements of the application of a material handling equipment. What do we do with our product? We replace a lead-acid battery in a material handling equipment, not only in one, in a complete fleet of a customer. Means it's a complete different logic to work. And what we do is we fill our aggregates with hydrogen. That means in the aggregate is a tank, we'll see in the next slides, and we fill the tank with between 1 and 3 minutes, depends of the size of the material handling equipment. What we do is we produce clean energy with constant, with a stable energy delivery for the material handling equipment. And what we can deliver is 1.5 to 2 times more autonomy compared to a battery order picker, for example. And what the waste is only heat and water. It's a fuel cell at the end. You can see there a rough logic. We have the stack. We will see later on some additional features. It's not only the stacks, there are some other components around where we produce the energy. We store in a lithium-ion battery the energy produced continuously, and we deliver to the material handling, which has different requirements of energy consumption for loading, lifting, and moving goods. And it's from 24 to 80 volts, depends of the material handling equipment and depends of the aggregate we use. Next one. Oh, okay. No, so können Sie zurückgehen ein Stück? Noch ein Stück zurück? Genau. So. As you can see, we have a picture of the energy consumption of the material handling equipment, which is really volatile, and we see what the fuel cell is producing. That means we have an aggregate with a fuel cell which deliver nearly constantly energy to a battery, and we cover the peaks of energy consumption. And what we can say is this product is also working in very cold environment. For example, for warehouses, food warehouses, where they freeze, where they have temperatures down to minus 40 degrees. And as we said before, we have the opportunity to fill the aggregate between 1 and 3 minutes, and it works between the filling time with a constant level of speed and power. Basically, we have two designs of products. One is a high power platform, which is water cooled, and a low power platform, air cooled. The water cooled platform is between 48 and 80 volt, serves trucks currently up to 5 tons. And the low power platform, 24 volt for order pickers and such kind of material handling equipments. In the system are the battery system and the stack, of course, a control which communicate between the different parameters of the different devices in the aggregate. We have the hydrogen tank, and we have some air compressor to bring compressed air in the fuel cell. We are able to bring very fast new products from related to dimension or power requirements due to the fact that we have experience with plug power since '97 in the field. Means the fine-tuning of the components is on a way where we can say we can act very fast to market requirements. In addition, what we know is we have a very good aggregate related to price. That's what we get from the indication of the market. Give you an impression of the high power platform, the water-cooled aggregate for 48 and 80 volt. The material handling equipments require a weight from the battery. For example, for a counterbalance truck, if you move goods up, you need some ballast in the background. And normally the aggregate is not so heavy compared to a battery. Therefore, we have to generate a kind of casting, which is from steel and is made in two parts. And in this casting, we include a hydrogen tank. This casting allows us to bring the same weight compared to a battery and to replace the battery itself. On top on the casting, we have everything around, which is the stack and the battery, the air compressor for the water cooling system, cooler, and the fan. And we have on top the control panel, which is really a kind of computer inside the aggregate. If we put on top a cover, we have the aggregate which looks from the dimension exactly like a battery for counterbalance trucks on the left side and on the right side for reach trucks. Low power platform with air-cooled stack is able to serve different parameters of power requirements, and we have with this stack most experience and the best opportunities to answer higher requirements of energy. Currently we are working with all OEMs together. We need in the European market. We have a roadmap for development, and we start of the joint venture. We started also to collaborate with OEMs, and we get more and more products qualified, OEM products qualified for our aggregate. At the end, it's in German, sorry, but it's an increasing of productivity we bring, is a reduction of operational costs, and we bring additional commercial space. To explain a little bit, you need no battery room in your fabrication or in your warehouse to load batteries. You don't remove the aggregate from your truck, and you don't need charger. So you have additional commercial space, and you reduce your operational cost due to the fact that you don't need the time for battery change. You fill the aggregate between 1 and 3 minutes, depends on the size of the truck. That's key parameters to bring you productivity, and at the end you have the additional benefit of reduction of CO2 emission. What are the customer we target for the moment? We are looking for food distributor with big input and output. We are looking for production plants with big output of products ready for shipment, and we look for production sites with let's say, a lot of movement of goods inside the fabrication for the fabrication. Good example is a car producer. He has a belt running for assembling of cars and bring all the parts to the belt. And these are the customer we target for. And what we can say today, we have the customers in Europe available. And what we see also is we have a bigger customer potential in Europe, mainly in Germany, for this technology, what we can say compared to US. The situation up to now is that we have this chain drive implemented in the market in the US, and we start in Germany since last year, sorry, in Europe and in Germany since last year, including service and maintenance, and including the hydrogen infrastructure. Then you need the fuel to drive this aggregate and the material handling equipment. We have over 25 billion hours, working hours with this aggregate recorded. And we have more than 44 customers currently. And aggregate is working more than 98% related to reliability. We fill each day 9,000 times this kind of aggregate, this type of aggregate, inside the warehouse or the production, and the driver of the truck fills this aggregate by itself. No battery, employees, nothing like this. And what we have currently is 6 metric tons of hydrogen every day to be delivered to the customer and used. And to translate a little bit to cubic meters means we are talking about more than 70,000 cubic meters of hydrogen every day. What we have in US currently, you can see on this slide some customers, and it's not only, let's say, a game. If a customer starts with this application, he extends it to other fabrications or to other warehouses, to the fact that it brings more space, brings more flexibility, and it brings more efficiency. In Europe, we earn the first fruits of our job. We have delivered our aggregates to different countries and to different customers. After 1 year with this technology, which is very new in Europe for industrial use, we can say we are on a good way. We have 9 products available CE certified for the European market, and we work together with 7 OEMs, with all the OEMs at the end, or most of the OEMs used in Europe. We have this aggregate, for example, working at BMW in Leipzig for the E3 and E8 production. We have this product, thanks, working for IKEA in Lyon, and we will extend for other warehouses of IKEA. We have, okay. Now I understand how it works. No? Next. Okay. And we qualify currently Batterie in France, Honda in Great Britain, and we are working together with Air Mayel in France, which is a producer of ground floor material handling for airport application. And Colruyt, Belgium, which is a food distributor. Then we have, at the end, the hydrogen infrastructure, which serves the drain drive. And the hydrogen infrastructure is outside a warehouse and a fabrication. That means we have the storage, we have a compressor and high pressure buffer, and we have a small tube inside the warehouse or the fabrication with a dispenser and a control panel where the driver brings the trucks, connect, and fill automatically between 1 to 3 minutes and moves. And the job of the driver is at the end to organize that they are not 3, 4 people on this dispenser. They move. They can see when there's nobody, when they have time to refill. We can bring different dispenser inside a fabrication or warehouse. If we have a very big warehouse with a lot of square meters, and we have the opportunity for interested customers to demonstrate the drain drive, the product. That means to give them the opportunity to bring this aggregate in a truck they have, to fill with this mobile filling station the truck, and to do tests for 1, 2, 3 weeks, like they want, to convince for the technology. That's all. Thanks for your interest.